Hey YouTube, Zukan. I'll be here with a review of the Pokemon Zukan Black and White movie 2011 set. This set's actually comprised of two Zukan sets. Over here you have Zekrom, the Reuniclus line, Golurk, Sigilyph, and the diorama with Victini and Scraggy here as the Black Hero Zekrom set. And then over here we have Reshiram, the Gothitelle line, Hydreigon, Sigilyph, and the diorama as the White Hero Reshiram set. Yeah, I know it was actually reversed in the movie titles, but I'm just going off the little cards that came with the set. So there's two sets here. Both sets have Victini and Scraggy in the diorama and Sigilyph, as they both appeared in the two different versions of the films. Over here, you have the legendaries that were in either the white movie or the black movie. And then you have the Pokemon that Damon used, either Reuniclus or Gothitelle, depending on which movie you watched. And then Hydreigon and Golurk were both featured in the movie, so they're present in one or other of this set. Just to get those Pokemon out there. That's why they aren't the full evolution lines for these. They're just the Pokemon because they appeared in the film. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Zekrom set first, then the Reshiram set, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at the two that are in both. So first up we have Zekrom in his overdrive state where he's attacking and his tail's all blue and transparent and lit up and he's like and stuff. So yeah, so this set came out in June of 2011 and each capsule retails for about 200 yen in the little capsule machines. And you can usually get one figure on Yahoo Japan Auctions for anywhere around 500 yen or so, give or take. Full sets can usually range about $25 or so before middleman fees. So here is Zekrom. No movement whatsoever, purely a statue. He does have this little base, otherwise his tail makes him fall over. I did glue that in place. It is normally a standalone piece. But very, very, very cool. Like I said, with all of these, the sculpt and paint are just absolutely beautiful. The clear plastic is pretty neat as well. Just an all-around, really cool-looking Zekrom. Yeah, it's a shame that we're going to get a duplicate because we already have a Zekrom figure, but the fact that this one is in the overdrive attack state makes it a little bit cooler than the original release in the first black and white set. Next up is the Reuniclus line. So we have Solosis, Duosion, and Reuniclus based off of the homunculus and all that fun naming stuff. So they all sit in these little tiny standy things. Solosis is like the size of a pea. In fact, I think the peas I ate for dinner today were bigger than Solosis, but that's fine. Duosion's right here, just kind of hanging out, and the Reuniclus is like, I look like a baby inside gelatin, and all that fun stuff. So they're made of a clear green plastic, which is absolutely perfect. I really, really like the way that these look. I was worried that they were going to just be normal green plastic, but the fact that they used the transparent plastic is a very, very nice touch. And the fact that even little Solosis right here has like little details on him, I think that's a really, really nice little added effect as well. So that's pretty neat. Golurk is actually in a couple little pieces when you get him in the capsule. His body here, or his legs basically, are a separate piece, and then his body is a piece, and then his two arms can come out. The arms can still swivel around because I didn't do anything with those. I did glue this bottom portion in. However, if you don't mind the fact that it can fall apart fairly easily, leaving it not glued is pretty cool because you can just pull it out and it looks like he's in that little rocket mode where he's like... So I find that pretty neat. Again, the details are absolutely great. It is cool to have a little slightly posable Golurk because I do love this guy. He's one of my favorite of the Gen 5 Pokemon. Just very, very cool. And as I stated before, very, very great sculpt. A very, very good sculpt or something. He's all sorts of cool. His little head actually moves too. Not much, but enough to actually say it moves. So this is actually my favorite of all the capsules in this set. Really love Golurk. So next up we have the Reshiram set. This set was released in July, a month later, and featured the rest of these guys. So here's Reshiram in this overdrive attack state with the nice clear orange plastic used here to represent the fire. They painted his tail orange as well, so really cool. He's got his little tippies that are glowing as well. Again, when he's in storage, these wings are spread out. They do have a tendency to be very pliable and end up warping a little bit, but he stayed pretty good, I think. He's roaring. He kind of looks like he's about to do flamethrower or something. His legs don't move, actually, and I did glue them in because they were falling out fairly easy. But no, his legs don't move at all. Thankfully, he does stand pretty well. He doesn't really fall all that often. He's a little bit wobbly, but he's not really in any danger of falling. So pretty nice. I definitely like this one over the original Reshiram release. I just think the pose and the coloration is a very cool thing. So next up is Gothitelle with Gothita and Gothorita. So very, very cool. Very, very, very tiny. There we go. But again, lots of detail. I mean, the eyes are painted. He's even got pupils. Or irises, or whatever the word I'm looking for. But it's really, really detailed for as small as it is. Very cool. Gothitelle kind of looks like she's like spying on something that's over in the corner. But very cool. This little stand pegs into the hole, and then they just sit in place. I did glue them in, and Gothitelle sits inside that whole piece right there. And I did glue her in place as well. So really cool figure. Next up we have Hydreigon. Sadly we don't get the other two evolution line members. Hopefully he gets his new capsule at some point so we can get the rest of him. But this was the only one featured in the movie, so this is all we get. I'm not sure why Reuniclus and Gothitelle got the full line treatment while Hydreigon and Golurk didn't. But whatever, water under the bridge, I suppose. So he sits in this like little seat, kind of like a little chair. Kind of like the Pokeplot kit stand that he came with. So, very nice overall. The heads, they've got like those derpy vegetable faces. And then Hydreigon looks like he's going to eat people. So that's pretty neat. The fact that he's got two other heads that don't have teeth just kind of seems redundant to me. But I'm sure there's a reason for it because most Pokemon have a reason for how they're designed. I'm not sure how that would enable him to fly either, but very cool release. Can't wait to see if we can get the other ones at some point. So Sigilyph is an odd release of sorts since he doesn't have anyone to sit with. He just sits in this little stand that pegged into one of the two holes on the stage. So there's nothing that goes in this hole, so it kind of looks very uneven and I don't really like it. But the detail on Sigilyph is done really well. You can get all the little line details on his stomach, as well as all the differences in paint. I call him Unknown Bird because he kind of looks like an unknown sitting in some sort of weird Nazca bird thing. So that's pretty neat. And this was included in both sets, the Zekrom set and the Reshiram set. Either one came with this inside of the capsule machines, since he was featured in both of the movies. Pretty nice overall. Lastly, we have my second favorite capsule, probably my favorite of the dioramas that I own. Victini and Scraggy in the park. There's sidewalk details right there, which actually look pretty nice. Grass, dirt, bushes, tree, Victini, Scraggy. Mostly because Scraggy's here is the reason why I like it so much. Just a very, very cute diorama, and I just really, really like it. Victini looks a little bit dirt because of how small it is, It's a very, very tiny Pokemon. But despite that, I really do like the way this looks. I did glue each of them down. In retrospect, I wish I would have twirled Scraggy around to face Victini, but my thought process when I did it was that he's going to be sitting like this on the shelf, and I wanted to see both of their faces. So that was my... got some water here on the stage. That was my thought process when doing that, but very, very cool diorama, and I really do like the way that this one looks. So overall, this is a pretty nice set that does the Victini movies justice. The fact that it is split up is a little bit difficult, particularly when the fact that Sigilyph and the diorama were included in both sets. So if you buy the Zekrom set and the Reshiram set individually, there is a chance you might wind up with 2 Sigilyphs and 2 of the dioramas. However, most Yahoo Japan auction sellers are a little bit generous and do combine the 2 sets so that you don't end up with extras like you would if you bought the 2 individually. So overall, it's pretty nice. This one's a little bit more expensive than some of the other sets because it does come with so many capsules because, I mean, it is 2 sets. So keep that in mind when you're buying. You should probably be able to net this for about $30 to $35 before middleman fees and shipping, which isn't bad for this many capsules. Again, kids probably won't like it that much because they don't do anything. The little pieces, if you don't glue them in, do fall out. Poor Solosis could get lost within 5 minutes of opening the package if you're not careful. Especially poor little Gothitelle back there. I don't think she'd last that long either. But for adult collectors, these are in scale with each other, 1/40th scale according to the Pokédex game entries. So if you're looking for some nice Gashapon figures that are both affordable and in scale with each other, this is the perfect line. And like I said, it does do the Victini movies justice. A lot of the represented Pokemon are here, and it looks really nice. So definitely recommended. You can check out shukenshinobi.com for list updates on my reviews and hauls. And of course, check out ridersrangersandrambles.com for the latest Toku news in the craziest way possible. So take care and have a great one. Bye.